Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the California Department of Veterans Affairs in partnership with the Department of General Services for how to certify your business with the state. Before we begin, as a disclaimer, we'd like to bring to your attention that this webinar is being recorded, and by logging in, you are agreeing to be a part of this recording. The recording will be up on our website and on our CalVet's YouTube so that you can watch and share this with others so they can benefit from the information presented. My name is Jennifer Redquist, and I'm proud to say I'm a CalTAP training coordinator with CalVet. We're going to start with a little bit of housekeeping to begin. Like we said, it's being recorded. So if you need to step away for any reason, especially in an emergency, find the closest exit and leave. Do not worry. Just come back when you can. If you can't, don't worry. This event will be posted on CalVet's YouTube channel, like I said before. You will notice that you do not have the ability to turn on your mic or your camera. This is to help minimize distractions and help with bandwidth. If you have any questions, we ask that you put them in the Q&A section. Their subject matter experts will answer those questions immediately, and we can also address them at the end of the presentation. During the presentation, we will have lots of great resources, information, and while it's going on, Kirk, another CalTAP training coordinator, will be in that chat section. They'll be putting those links to all those resources in the chat section. Just copy and paste that into a document so you can use it later. Not only is he going to be doing that, but he also is a presenter in this presentation, along with Annette Walliver. She is our local interagency network coordinator for the Central Valley area. And we are joined here today with Department of General Services, Wayne Gross. He is the outreach liaison. With all that being said, I want you all to know that cradle to grave, that CalVet is here for all of you, and the organizations that are here for you and truly are passionate about getting resources to you and assist you. So if we encourage you at any time, now or even later, take our information down, reach out, and give us a call. All right, let's get started. So let's get started with the CalVet overview. This is just meant to give you a nice snapshot of the benefits and resources available to you. Just get your feet wet and acquainted with the benefits that are available to you. And also give you some phone numbers to people that can assist you with getting those benefits. So what is CalTAP? CalTAP is designed to inform and connect veterans of all areas of their earned federal and state benefits, as well as provide continuing support as your needs change over time. So we like to read that verbatim because we want you to know that we understand that your needs are going to change and your family's needs are going to change over time. The things you need today, you're probably not going to need tomorrow, or the things you need tomorrow, you may need today. It goes every which way, but we want you to know that we are there for you guys 24/7. And a really great way for us to do that is to give you 24/7 access to an online learning portal where you can learn at your own pace and go through things and research everything at your own pace. So the pathways include core curriculum, education, employment, entrepreneurship, and service providers. And this is our resource book. This resource book is fantastic. It is a wealth of so much information. All your state and a lot of your federal benefits are going to be in this book. So please pick one of these books up. And Kirk is putting the book in the PDF file in the chat. Copy that, use it, share it. It is fantastic. So how can I use CalTAP online? So you're going to go to calvet.ca.gov, or you could just Google CalVet. You could Google California Department of Veterans Affairs. Usually always pops up at the top. So this is that 24 access information. It is so user-friendly. Everything's a click away. Do not be afraid of rabbit holes here, because those rabbit holes lead to carrots. Carrots are benefits. Benefits is money in your family's pocket. So please use that. So right here, we have circled in yellow. It says CalTAP. That is our portal right there. But I also want to bring to your attention where it says find local county veterans. It says find local CVSO. That's a really great, quick way to find assistance in your local counties all throughout the whole state. So you click on that and you find your county, and you will have county offices that can help you also to get access benefits. There's lots of other things on here too. So just please check it out. Lots of really great stuff, easy to look. But we're going to click on the CalTAP portal, and from there, you're going to see that we have those 5 different pathways, and we have circled right there the core curriculum. So once you open up a pathway, it's going to have these modules. Each module is going to have documents that have those resources and the links to things that you need. So we're going to start with the California benefits. What are your California benefits? They're all available to you in this resource book. Here is a nice little snapshot of all your benefits. We have the college tuition fee waiver, which is fantastic. It waives the tuition at any state-funded school of dependents of veterans that are 0 to 100%. So that's any community colleges, state colleges, universities in the state of California. Really great program. Please check out our education pathway to learn more about that. We have the Veterans Destination or License, which is fantastic. It's going to put the word veteran on your license. Why is that cool? Because anywhere that there's discounts around town, or anytime you need to verify that you're a veteran, it's right there on your driver's license. You no longer have to carry your DD Form 214, which is fantastic. There is a reduced fishing and hunting licenses, no cost to state park passes. All of these links are going to be in that chat. So if you need any of them, just copy and paste that. You're going to go to parks.ca.gov to apply for the Parks Pass if you're 50% rated. And then the fishing and hunting license also is going to be in wildlife.ca.gov. Then there's a veterans property tax exemption. That's going to exempt up to $150,000 of your property taxes. You heard me right. That's about $1,700 savings if you are a veteran that has 100% rating that's permanent and total. It's fantastic. Then there's a bunch of business licenses, tax and fee exemptions. County by county has discounts or different exemptions open to business owners. So take your ID that has veteran on there, take your letter from the VA that says you're rated, take whatever you can to the county office and find out what is exempt in your county. In addition to all these great state benefits, we have different divisions that specialize and help with all your needs. We have Calvet home loans that is originate, process, close, and for the life of the loan. Calvet is going to take care of you. It is a fantastic program. And it comes with a fantastic insurance policy that covers your home. We are not commission based. We want to get California veterans into homes. There's a women's division in we have a women's division and we have minority division in Calvet. Both of those divisions are specifically for those demographics. So there are needs that women veterans have in the state of California. And the women's division meet those needs and advocate and outreach, just like minorities division do the same thing for the minorities of the state of California. They're fantastic divisions. We highly recommend that you, if you're a woman veteran or you know a woman veteran, just have them sign up for the women veterans roster that'll be put in the chat also, or the minorities divisions roster. That way you can be up to date with the things that are changing within the state, and then also events that are going on. We also have Calvet's Home for Long-Term Care. This is beautiful long-term care for our veterans of California. It's income and it's income based, and it's also based on the level of care that the veteran needs. And then we also service 3 different cemeteries in the state of California currently, and we are adding one more to that. So please go to our website and check out our different cemeteries that we have in the state of California. Common veteran websites we want to just go over really quickly are va.gov. va.gov is a beautiful hub to go to. That's very user friendly. If you want to learn about your benefits that you have, your federal benefits that you have, you can see what the status of your claim is. If you have a compensation claim, you can find out how many months you have left on your GI Bill. You can get your medical records from there. Lots of different really great stuff. So play with that. Get your DS login and definitely use that website. Get familiar with that. This is the portal for to manage your that replaced your e-benefits right here for healthcare. And here is the My Health eVet. This is where you can make appointments and talk to your doctors, get records, all that great stuff is on here. And that's My Health eVet. So I gave you a lot of information in a short period of time, but we want to get the meat and potatoes of this the presentation. So that's why I went over a little fast, but I want you to know that we are here for you 24/7. We want to continuing to support you. We want to be there for you. And ways to do that, you can provide your non-DoD email address to caltap@calvet.ca.gov. We will not spam your email. We will only send you fantastic newsletters and updates to different benefits and resources throughout the state of California. You can also register for My CalVet on the CalVet's homepage, and you can add us on social media. We have some really easy, you can take a picture of this with your phone right now. The QR codes to our Instagram, to our Facebook, especially our YouTube. Our YouTube has lots and lots of videos that we've recorded over the last 3 years on everything and anything you can think of for you and your family's needs. Attend our webinars and then fill out today's survey. Today's every webinar we do a survey, every event we do a survey, because we truly want to put the best information out there that's most useful to veterans, families, and service providers, anybody who works with the military community in the state of California. So let us know how we're doing. Let us know how we can improve. Let us know what we're doing well. We definitely read those. We definitely implement changes dedicated to those surveys. So this is the CalVet website right here, and circled right there in yellow is the how you register for My CalVet. And this is that newsletter I was telling you about. We'll send one of these newsletters out per month. It's just going to go over the theme of the month, and then also go over the it'll also show you the upcoming webinars and different news throughout the state and federally that applies to you. This is my information. Please take it down. Please email me anytime or give us a call at that 800 number. The 800 number veteran, the CalTAP coordinators are answering those, and also your links are also answering those. So those are people that have a lot of experience. They're very passionate about getting resources to you, and we really do care. So please give us a call. All right, with that, I'm going to hand the floor over to Annette Walliver. She is our Central Valley link. She's our boots in the ground, and she is going to tell you how links help you in the state of California.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Annette Walliver. I'm the local interagency network coordinator. Wow, what a term. Basically, I am a field rep for the state of California. I'm one of the 8 field reps that cover the entire state of California. Next slide, please. So there are 8 of us. I'm the Central Valley link. I cover Stanislaus to Kern County. And I work with federal and state agencies, but I also work within my community, my 8 counties, to build up an additional network of services. So what state and federal can't provide, we're able to assist them. And we do outreach to service members, veterans, and their families, which means we go to DOD installations. So for those people who are about to be recently separated, they're aware of all their benefits and services. We go to the state colleges and inform these which are probably recently separated veterans about all they're entitled to, and our community resources within the libraries, which have veterans resource centers, to make sure that they have the information that they need. And a lot of times they're in communities that are distant from services. And so we want to ensure that they are a lifeline for military service members. And then by working within our communities, our veterans employment committees, our collaboratives, we work with those organizations and make referrals and work directly with these service provider networks. So if somebody needs a car battery, we had someone call about a hole in the roof, mold. We're able to find our resources within our communities that can assist them. And then we assist with local emergencies. I was in Merced, the Disaster Assistance Center, for the last 3 days, assisting those veterans who were impacted by the floods. And we were able to get them the information they need, whether it's the paperwork, if it was destroyed in the floods. Also working with our County Veterans Service Office, get them copies of their DD Form 214s. We also communicate with our headquarters. We get the calls that go to 1-800-CalVet. So whether it comes from Klamath Falls or San Diego, because we know the state and federal resources, we're able to assist them. But if it's more localized information that they need, we can assist them by getting them the information for the link in their counties. And then we provide leadership and advocacy to local communities. We stay in touch with our community partners, We ensure they're aware of benefits and services. We also, any changes to benefits and service, but also if there's any gaps that we can communicate to headquarters. Next slide, please. So you can see here, this is the map, 8 links. We work together as a team. We all have different specialties, whether we have been in work for legal, congressional. I was an EDD vet rep for 8 years. We all work together as a team to make sure that we can assist each other if we get a call and we can communicate with them. I'm Central Valley Link, Stanislaus, Kern counties, and we all work individually. Next slide, please. Connecting to benefits, I am the poster child for getting connected to benefits. I served in the United States Army from 1975 to 1978. I used my GI Bill, received my degree, got a VA home loan, and I thought that's pretty much it. But your needs change over time. And information that you didn't get back then, you can use now. I didn't realize until 12 years ago I could file for compensation and pension. I now have a service-connected disability, which leads to additional benefits. I'm enrolled in VA healthcare. You may not need it now, but you might need it later. So be aware of your benefits. Employment and training, as I said, I was an EDD vet rep for 8 years. They're specialized people who help only veterans. If you need resume assistance, filing for unemployment, they're there to assist you. Finding employment, they are definitely the team to go to. And they are co-located in the America's Job Center of California. These AJCCs have all the tools that you can use at no cost, whether it's using their computers, their job boards. They can assist you in so many ways. California state benefits, well, that's what CalVet is all about and what I'm all about. But it's the County Veterans Service Office. These are our boots on the ground. There are 8 links. We have headquarters, but there are actually 56 CVSOs in the state of California, in your county, who can help you file for compensation and pension, help with DMV paperwork, because DMV doesn't know how to read a DD Form 214, and your school college tuition fee waiver. So take advantage, and having a conversation with them might lead to additional benefits that you weren't aware of. Healthcare, we should always be mindful of the healthcare, especially right now. I've been very fortunate by being enrolled in VA healthcare. My appointments for the last 2 years have basically been VA Connect and telehealth. So it's very easy to speak to your provider and take care of your health. And the vet center is also there for you and your families. Next slide, please. So this is my contact information. As I said, I'm a United States Army veteran. I have a service-connected disability. I've used a lot of the benefits, taken advantage of them. If you need to connect with me or you want the link in your area, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to assist you. Thank you very much, and thank you for your service.
Thank you so much, Annette, to you and all the links for all that you do and being such huge advocates for veterans and their families in the state of California. We really appreciate you being here today and all that information. Please, you guys, take down her information, and in the chat, Kirk will be putting in that link map, so you'll have everybody's email addresses that's in your area. Next up, we have Department of General Services. They're going to be presenting. We have Wayne Gross right here. Wayne, are you there?
I'm here.
Great. I'm going to pass the floor over to you.
Thank you very much. Next slide, please. Good morning, everyone. My name is Wayne Gross. I'm a business outreach liaison with the Department of General Services. I've been doing this job for the last 14 years. There is my email address, waynd.gross@dgs.ca.gov, and my phone number, 279-946-8387. And I am your atypical state worker. I work Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., but I guarantee that question that comes up will be on a Monday night when you're watching Dancing with the Stars with your partner, and you got that question. You've got my contact information, use it. and abuse me. I am here to help you. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask. Next slide, please. What we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about our program, this small business DVBE, that's small business and disabled veteran business enterprise programs. Our 3 state certifications. I'm going to show you where our solicitations are housed. I'm going to talk about your new best friends as advocates, your emergency registry, which is brand new, and it was created because of COVID and the fires. And finally, commercially useful function. Next slide. In fiscal year 2021, the state did not meet our 25% small business goal, nor our 3% DVBE goal because of COVID and the fires. We did 14.6%, which equates to $3.1 billion, and 2.5% for DVBE, or 520 million. And that was out of a total of 21.2 billion. Normally, we range between 10 and $12 billion a year, but because of COVID and the fires, it basically doubled. Next slide. So we have 3 certifications. We have small business for the purpose of public works, and disabled veteran business enterprise, or DVBE. Next slide. And the benefits. We have a 5% bid preference for small businesses and public works. What that means is you're not certified. You bid 100,000 on a bid. I bid 102 as a certified small business. And it says in the solicitation that there will be a preference. And so with the example I've given, 100,000 should win, right? However, because there is the preference, what happens is the administrator takes 5% of the lowest non-certified bid. So 5% of 100,000 is 5,000. They subtract that from the lowest certified bid, my 102 minus 5,000. I'm now at 97. And I win because I'm lower than 102. The good part about that benefit is the fact that I get it at the original 102,000. How much is this going to cost you? Not a dime. All our services are free. So use us, please. Second is if you are a disabled veteran, you can get up to a 5% incentive on a solicitation. Here again, it has to be written in the solicitation. So if you are a disabled veteran with a business and you meet the qualifications for small business, get them both, and you can do it at the same time. Why? If I, as an administrator, use you and you're certified small business and DVBE, I get to count you twice. Once for our 25% small business goal and once for our 3% DVBE goal. Another benefit is exclusive contract opportunities. We have this thing called the small business DVBE option, which says that for IT and non-IT goods and services from 5,000 and a penny up to 250,000 minus a penny, the buyer goes into the database and finds at least 2 small businesses or 2 DVBEs. You need a minimum of 2, okay? And the thing is, what I told you before, if you're certified small business and DVBE, you're in both of those playing fields. So it's another incentive for you to get certified both if you qualify. The Prompt Payment Act, what that's all about is for small businesses only, okay? That if you turn in an undisputed invoice within 45 days, you should get paid. If it goes beyond that, there should be an automatic fee added. It's a late fee, okay? So if you were supposed to get paid, today, and on the 46th day in the future, you didn't get paid, it waited till the 60th day, you would get 15 days worth of late payment. Again, that's supposed to be automatic. DGS works with reciprocity partners. These are agencies throughout the state that honor the small business or DVBE certifications. And we just got a brand new one in the San Mateo County libraries. And so if you want to do business with those agencies, in other words, having more opportunity to put money in your coffers, then you want to get registered in each one of those reciprocity partners. And finally, if you are in a situation where there is a prime contract, you would act as a sub. For example, they need electricians. And so you would be part of that contract. Let's say it's a $10 million contract, and you would be able to become a sub. Next slide. So back in the 70s, we had an expression. It was called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Our certifications are the easiest, the fastest way of on all of the certifications, and that includes local and federal. Okay, so you have to be independently owned and operated. You're not dominant in the field of operation. What that means is there's competition out there. This is a California program, so we don't want any of the riffraff from Nevada, Oregon, wherever. And the employee limit is 100 or less. And the gross annual receipts is an average over the last 3 tax years of 16 million. Next slide. The certification for the small business for the purpose of public works, the same 5 requirements: independently owned, can't be dominant in your field, and everyone has to be here in California. What we did for the public works, we raised it up to 200 or less, and gross annual receipts over the last 3 tax years cannot exceed an average of 37 million. Now, you're in public works, you're a small company, you got 2 or 3 employees, okay? You don't need to get this public works certification. It's only for those companies that are getting near the 100 employees or the 16 million annual gross annual receipts, okay? So just keep that in mind. You don't have to get this one if you're basically small. Next slide. Certification for the DVBEs. A disabled veteran is a veteran of the United States military, naval, or air service, and you must be at least 10% service disabled. And the disabled veteran has to live here in California. There is a thing called e-benefits, and on that page, you can get your letter of entitlement saying you're at least 10% service disabled that day, because when you fill out your application, that letter of entitlement, which you have to include in your application, has to be within 6 months of the day that you apply. Next slide. And you must own 51% of the company. And if you're LLC, you have to own 100. So all of the disabled veterans would have to be owned with the company. And here's the big one. And this requirement is for the federal certification too, that the disabled veterans have to be involved in the daily operations of the company, okay? Home office must be here in the United States, and it cannot be a foreign-based business. Next slide. So this is our website, www.caleprocure, that's CalEprocure.ca.gov. And on the top right, once you are you're logged in or you register here, you click on it. Next slide. And you can either go to quick links, and the first option is find bid opportunities, or right in the middle, it says the CSCR, the California State Contracts Register, search bid opportunities, click search. Okay, now here's your search engine. And the reason I I want you to be logged in when you look at a solicitation, because if you're not logged in, there are certain things that don't appear on the solicitation. And I'll show you that here in a minute. But here's the search engine. Event name is a description, a keyword, and then event ID, if you happen to have the ID, or the department. And to the right are three bold lines. And when you click it, it opens up, and let's see if it does. Next slide. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. And so it gives you a list. Go back right there. Under department, when you open that up, it gives you a list that is numeric, not alphabetic. So if you're looking for Caltrans, for example, you'll never find it on this list because it's under Department of Transportation. Okay, and Calvet is another exception. You won't find it. It's under Department of Veterans Affairs. Another way that you can do a search is clicking the advanced search criteria. Next slide. And on this, next slide, you can do it by the United Nations Specialty Product Specialty Codes, not to be confused with the NAICS codes, the federal codes, the North America Industry Classification System. Next slide. You can do it by service areas. That's a fancy name of the 57 counties in the state of California. And last, next slide, the contractor type. So if you're a C10, whatever that is, you can do a search and find all the contracts with that license type. Next slide. So here's the results, and I'm going to pull one up. Next slide. And this is what a solicitation looks like. On the very top, there are three columns. The far left one gives you the ID number. It gives you when it was posted and gives you a general description if you really want to open this up. The middle one has the department, the date where it closes, the time and the date. And I want everyone to know that every solicitation, be it federal, state, or local, has a time and date closure. And so you want to make sure that you get your quote in before that time date ends. And just a real quick thing, put in your memory bank, that if you fax your quote, you want to make sure that the end time of the fax is before the cutoff time. Because if it's not, then your quote will not be accepted. Okay. On the far right, you have the event package. You have post vendor ad. You can post an ad on any solicitation you want to. Okay, it's free now. And then you can view vendor ads. And then you have the contact information. You've got the person's name. I'm surprised that this example actually has the phone number and an email. Anytime you have correspondence with an administrator on any solicitation, don't call up, use email. Because if there's an error, whatever, and you go to court and the judge says, well, do you have proof of your conversation? You go, oh, you mean like this email, sir? Phone call doesn't mean anything. The last thing is the pre-bid conferences. Caltrans is excellent in providing the conferences, and they're mandatory. And what happens is the Caltrans people have their conference, right? And then they tell the primes who have to sign in in the register. And if they're not signed in, there's no proof that they've been there. They can't bid on that solicitation. Anyway, the administrator would tell them, okay, primes, go to your respective tables. And you, as a potential sub, would go over to each one of them and introduce yourself, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so if there's 5 or 6 primes there, they all need to know who you are and what you can do. And then at the bottom, it has the code that was used to advertise this, and then the contracting types and the service areas. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, these are, I talked about the closing date, the event package. Next slide. And this is the application that you would fill out to post an ad. And here again, it's the KISS principle in its finest. You know, you have to fill out everything with the red asterisks, your name, your email, your phone number. You give it a title. The response date is obviously the closing date for the solicitation, and the description. You are given 2,000 characters, not words, but characters. Once you start typing, it goes 1999, 98, 97. So you're not shortchanged at the very end. And I always tell people, always, always, always start out with your certification number. Why? Because in this case with a prime, they're going to pull up your profile and look at it. And they're going to see, you know, are you going to be certified throughout the whole time on the of the project? And if not, the prime may tell you, hey, you make sure that, you know, 90 days prior to when your certification expires, you get back on the horn and you get recertified. Okay, next slide. The advocates. These are your new best friends. You will talk to advocates. You will not talk to buyers. The buyers are too busy buying for their departments. And any agency that procures $100,000 or more must have an advocate. Next slide. And so here we're back at Cali Procure. At the bottom, there are 4 squares. The bottom right one says find training and resources. Click it. And this is the training and resources page. And the 5th heading, research and marketing. The second one says contact a small business and DVBE advocate. Click it. Next slide. And has here download the directory. Next slide. And here is the Excel spreadsheet that has all 250 advocates. And you'll notice that there are highlighted agencies on this. And here's why. I explained to you the small business DVBE option for 5,000 and a penny up to 250, and from 5,000 and a penny up to 388,000 for public works. Our director 7 years ago said that our buyers should come to you first in the database. So we created a first policy. And so anyone that is highlighted on this Excel spreadsheet is required to come to the database first. That means you. So when you're marketing yourself, the first 18 people that you should be contacting are the ones that are highlighted, providing they can offer the goods and services you're trying to sell. You'll notice that column C is construction. And so if you are in the construction field, the only ones you have to contact are the ones with the X in there. Next slide. And finally, Caltrans, here again, is listed as Department of Transportation, which means it's at the end of the list. They came up with a small business first policy last May, and it's from 0 up to 388,000. Okay. Now, for the option and the first policy, they do not, I repeat, do not post their, their solicitations for that under that 388,000. Okay, so that's why you need to contact each one of these agencies. Now you notice I said small business for Caltrans, okay? It's not DVBE like the rest of the first policies. And the reason is Caltrans, they took the 3% mandatory DVBE goal and raised it to 5%. And if you notice at the very bottom, you have the Department of Veterans Affairs, okay? They also have a 5% DVBE goal instead of the 3%. So if I were a DVBE, guess who I'd be contacting? Next slide. Our emergency contract. Because of COVID and the fires, my branch created this emergency contracting database. And so what it's designed for is you get on this this database, okay? It's separate from Cali Procure. And what happens is you register, and then the buyers have to register also. And then they have access to everyone who is registered in this emergency contract. Next slide. We started out with 15 different categories. We're up to 30 now. So if you follow, you're in one of these categories or multiple categories, then you can qualify. Next slide. And here again is the KISS principle. We like to keep it as simple as possible. To register, you need to have your certification number, the emergency categories, the description of products and services that you can provide, the business address, and of course, the phone number for primary and emergency after hours. This database is designed for you to be able to do it now, not 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now. This is an emergency, okay? Next slide. And so we're back to Cali Procure, those 4 squares, find training and resources, click it. The 1, 2, 3, the 4th heading, the 3rd under inside state contracting is the emergency registry. Next slide. And on the top left is the registration link for you as a small business or DVBE to get registered. When you hit submit, you will not get congratulations. One of my team members has to review your application and to make sure that you're meeting all of our emergency requirements. And they have I believe, a 48-hour turnaround period. And so last year, we did $1.5 million worth of emergency contracting. So if you have a goods or service that you can provide in an emergency situation, get registered here. Again, it's free. You can't beat it. Next slide. CUF, commercially useful function. You are performing CUF if your business is executing a distinct element of the work, performing, managing, or supervising the work, performing work that is normal for the firm's business services and functions, negotiating price, determining quality and quantity, ordering, installing, and making payment, not subcontracting a portion of the work greater than expected by industry practices. Okay, basically, whatever you put in your profile is what you do, okay? Unfortunately, there has been a lot of abuse in the DVBE community with providing CUF. For example, I'm a prime, I contact you as a DVBE and I say, hey, look, you're still certified as a DVBE, and you go, yeah. And I say, I'll slip you $5,000 if I can use your supplier ID number and put your name on the solicitation as my DVBE. Sure, no problem. Well, that's not legal, is it? And if you get caught, oh, you'll pay the price. Okay, that was the first it's not. Another is I like to use that you stop doing your job, right? Well, I can't substitute you automatically. What has to happen is the administrator of the contract, I contact them saying, hey, my DVBE has stopped work, right? And so they have to contact the DVBE, find out what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And then if that's it, they send them a letter saying, as of today, you are no longer part of this contract. And so then the administrator contacts you, the prime, and says, okay, let's find another DVBE who can do the work that this DVBE was supposed to do. Okay, everything is transparent, above board. Next slide. So in review, this is all the stuff we talked about: the small business DVBE program, the state certifications, bid solicitations, the advocates, and CUF. Next slide. I want to thank you, and I believe my information is there. I want to add 2 sidebars. Number one, once you get certified, I do a 1-hour training program that I basically call I Can Change Your Life. I've been doing this for 14 years. I basically walk you through updating your profiles. We talk about a whole bunch of things that I can, the certification, that's the easy part. It's getting the work, and that's my job. And the second thing is I am also a vet, Air Force Navigator 141. And I just want to bring up one of the benefits. I'm 71 now, and I'm getting near the end of my life, right? And a lot of you guys are in your 20s and 30s. Get your benefits for burial. Okay, my wife and I are on a plan that we pay $25 a month until it's paid off. And the nice thing is, if I would die today and I still owed $1,000 on that plan, it's automatically paid off. That's another benefit that your family doesn't have to worry about. So with that, Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you so much, Wayne, for going through the process of getting certified with the state. It's definitely, it's hard to navigate. So it's good to know that you have people in your corner and people that are ready to help and want to help. And I just want to thank you for what you do, your outreach, and how you help California veterans start business and be successful in business, doing business with the state. So thank you. All right, with that, I'm going to hand the floor over to Kirk Eller. Kirk Eller is another CalTAP training coordinator here, and he's going to go over the veteran and entrepreneurship pathway.
Good morning. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Wayne. That was a really excellent presentation on the DGS process for certifying your business. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kirk Eller. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I work here in California Department of Veteran Affairs doing outreach on your benefits. So we're going to talk a little bit and piggyback off what Wayne was talking about with certifying your business. Many of you that are logged in already are small business owners or DVBE owners, disabled veteran business owners. But we want to talk about those people that may not be certified or own a small business. And we're just going to quickly talk about some of the benefits of how to start your business, give you some resources, maybe pique that interest if you're interested in starting a small business. This is going to go really quickly, and then we're going to get to our Q&A portion at the end. Next slide, Jen. Okay, so the veteran businesses in an overview, there's many veteran businesses throughout the United States as well as in the state of California. 10% alone of the veteran businesses are veteran-owned just here in the state of California. And they generate a lot of money here. So that's why it's important to really look at that process of certifying your business here in California, but maybe starting a business, because you can get a lot of, your business can grow significantly here in California by going through those processes that Wayne was talking about. Next slide. So here's some businesses that you may be considering or interested in that actually do a really good source here in California. They're professional services, construction, retail and trade, and healthcare. I know that if you have a general services business, recently with all of the storms that we've had for like general cleanup, you could be certified and register your business and do that emergency cleanup for cleanup work, cutting wood and cleaning up the trees and the debris from the streets. So those kind of things are really key. And if you're a veteran-owned business, you get that first process of getting selected. Next slide. So how do you start your business? Develop a business plan, where you want to do your business and have it located, which is very important because where your business is located is where you're going to pay your taxes. So you want to look at which county, is it a brick and mortar, the structure of your business, sole proprietorship, is it a limited liability? Those are things that are important that you want to think about before you actually apply for your business license. Once you have all that planned and how you're going to decide to have that business, then you can file for your tax and your employer information and then get your license and permits in the county where you reside. So now we're going to give you some resources real quick, and you will be able to access this later for future access. So please don't be apprehensive because I go through this quickly. The Secretary of the State's office is a website for the state of California where you can get a checklist on how to start a business, and they maintain records and provides information to the public on all business entities throughout the state. So once you do register your business and get a business license, your business will also be registered there as well. The checklist, you can go to their website. It's on the bottom of the page here, sosca.gov, and you can access that checklist. Next slide. The Small Business Resource, or GoBiz, which is the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, is a great source. It's a website that you can go to for a single point for economic development, and it's great for selecting a site. You can actually do a comparison of county to county for tax assessments on where you want to locate your business. So this is a really good tool as well to use for selecting a site for your business. Next slide. The business portal, the California Office of Small Business Advocate, it's a one-stop shop. It has CalGold, and they also provide a service desk to assist you. So you can call that number or go to that website, and they also give you information on financial assistance and then quick start guides. There's also a unique portal that has international and trade if your business wants to do outside of the US. So that's where you would go to this website if you're interested in doing that kind of work. Next slide. The California Grants Portal. This is an excellent portal, just like what it says, a grant, free money. Go to this site and you can research grants from different agencies that can help you start your business, grow your business, and also, make your business successful. So subscribe to their email. You can get updates and go to the grants.ca.gov for their portal. Next slide. Okay, now we'll talk quickly about federal and small business resources. The SBA, or the Small Business Administration, that's where everything federally for small businesses, how to grow and learn about your business, start your business and grow. This is a great resource for you to find out about incentive programs for starting a business, as well as mentorship programs and training that you can have, or classes available to grow and make your business successful. Next slide. Other small business development centers, they kind of do the same thing, and their mission is small business development, entrepreneurship, and growth in the U.S. economy. So they're AmericaASBDC.org, and they are a nationwide network to assist you with your development as well. Next slide. The Veteran Business Outreach Center. This is another unit of the Small Business Administration, and they solely focus on assisting veteran-owned businesses. So they kind of do the same thing as the SBA, but in a smaller version, narrowed down just to veterans. They assist them with transitioning service members if they're interested in starting a business. They give you partner referrals. as well as your military spouses. They also have a Northern California office here in Sacramento. If there's not an office located next to you, there's another one in Southern California in Carlsbad. So they can assist you with multiple ways of mentorship, financial assistance, incentives for growing and starting your business. And that specifically focuses on the veteran small business. Next slide. The score.org, this is the same, they do the same kind of things that the VBOC does, except they do it for everyone, not just the veterans. And they also provide mentorship and training courses for your business as well. And they are a great resource to follow you through that step-by-step process. The Procurement Technical Assistance Center, that's the public sector for the marketplace. They work for the Department of Defense, how to contract with the federal government. Next slide. Non-government-based resources. If it's a non-government-based resource, you want to keep mindful of this because they may charge you a fee for these services. I'm not saying that their services are not better or worse within the government-based resources, but you may pay a fee for these services. So just keep that in mind. The U.S. Veteran Business Alliance, the Elite SDVOB, and the Veteran and Business Network are just some of the non-government-based agencies that can assist with government and commercial contracts, and they also provide mentorship and education and training as well. Next slide. This is my contact information. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions about this. I know there's a lot of information, and also know that we're here available to you if you have any questions. All of our services are available via that 800 number. You can call it at any time, or you can reach out to Calvet at that email, or CalTAP at caltap.ca.gov. Thanks again for your time. We enjoy you for joining us, and we're going to answer some of those questions that were in the chat in the Q&A right now. So my subject matter expert friends, Wayne and Annette and Cherie and Jennifer, are going to all join us in answering the questions that we have available. Let's see, the first question we had was, how do you find more information, business license, tax, and fee exemption? To clarify, you said that we just go to the County Veterans Service Office. The County Veterans Service Office would be a good place to start, but for the business tax exemptions and the license and fee exemptions, if you are a disabled veteran business enterprise, I would contact your local county tax assessor. That is where you're going to pay your business fees and license fees for that business. So they would be the one that you would look into any exemptions for disabled veteran. Next question was, do any of these certifications apply to nonprofits founded and run by a disabled veteran? I think I'm going to let Wayne answer that one because he'd probably give a better answer.
Yes, matter of fact, you can do nonprofits right now. There are two types of nonprofits. One is just a regular nonprofit, and then we have one for veterans also. Okay. And the certifications are not called, when you get certified, the certification is called that you get recognized is the word, not certified. And so the big thing is you fall under the prompt payment, just like the small business, as far as getting paid within 45 days of an undisputed invoice.
Thank you, Wayne. Well, we hope that answers your question. The next one is, how can we rewatch this later today? We will post this on our YouTube channel. You can just go to YouTube, search CalTAP. It will be posted at a later date. We cannot answer exactly when. This video has to be downloaded and sent to our comms division, and then they're the ones that upload it to our YouTube channel. So unfortunately, we can't give you an exact date and time when it will be available. You can just scroll through and look at the YouTube channel and see when. It usually takes a couple days. It's usually posted back up there. But I will post the PDF again in the chat one more time, just to have it available if you're able to download that from the chat. So you can at least take the PDF and look at the slides. The nice thing about the recording is it does have a transcript of the live chat, so you will be able to access that as well.
Another great thing to think about is while you're waiting for it to go up on the YouTube channel, you can go to our entrepreneurship playlist, and we have lots of other events that we have recorded, so you can check out those also.
Yeah, I'll put that in the chat as well. Our archived webinars is where we have those recorded. Okay. Thank you for everyone's time. The thank yous in the Q&A. We appreciate all of you for joining us. The next one was, how do I find my Cal eProcure ID since I do not know it?
The easiest way, and I'm giving you privileged information here, is called CalTAP. She is a certificate, a certification officer, and her number is 279-946-7967. Again, 279-946-7967, and she'll be able to help you find what you're looking for.
Okay, Wayne, would you mind putting that in the chat? Just
Oh, if I have to, of course.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, the next, didn't see it under the list. Does it apply for private practice, for-profit mental health services? I would qualify as a military surviving spouse. Could you reply, what are you actually referring to? Does it apply to? Or just certifying or registering as a SB or a DVBE? Next one, how long will it take a veteran to be approved for a 501c3 nonprofit?
If you're assuming that you've filled out the paperwork correctly, that would be that agency. You'd have to contact them because they're the one who controls your application.
Okay. And can you elaborate more on the requirement for DVBE related to the 51% owned versus 100% for LLCs?
Well, okay. If you're the only disabled veteran and own the company, you have to be 51% owned. With an LLC and all of the DVBEs, they all have to be disabled veteran and obviously have proof.
Okay. They referred that they owned an LLC with only 51% and their dependent owning their son owning 49.
Okay, then yeah. Oh, you have Cleta's name and number. She is the certification officer guru, and I would give her a call. She would be the one to say yes or no on that.
Okay.
I've been told for 14 years, don't answer certification questions. So I leave that to the experts.
Okay, the clarification under the one, if it would qualify, would be the mental health services business qualify under the healthcare program.
Mm-hmm.
I assume they're talking like for the emergency registration.
Right. Well, here again, you'd have to be certified in the database as a small business or DVBE. Then you would get registered in the emergency registry.
Kirk, did I understand it correctly that this individual is not a veteran? They are a surviving spouse, and that's what she's asking about?
Well, you can get certified,
Yeah, as a not DVBEs.
That's
so it would be
correct,
like
yes.
a small business.
Right, yeah. I was saying, and just to let you know that I'm a DVBE and I get certified. I get a contract and I die. Okay, but the contract's still going on. I believe it's, they have like 2 years after my death to make sure that it's completed. So they would get the DVBE, what would you call it? It applies for 2 years after the DVBE's death.
Okay.
They couldn't get any other DVBE contracts, but the one that they are actually on, they'd have to have it completed.
All right. Last question. We know we've gone over the time here, everyone. And
Yeah.
if you do need to exit, we understand. The last question: does the certification allow me to have an advantage over non-DoD veterans to a non-DoD veteran to procure government contracts?
Okay. First of all, anyone can bid on any solicitation. And so depending on the type of solicitation, if it's a prime sub type thing, it's the prime is in question. It's not the DVBE, because the DVB is part of, it's mandatory for them to be a part of it, for the big contracts. So the prime is, one of the requirements would be, DVB participation. So, and as far as if you're just going out there on a bid, if it depends on, I'm certified as a DVB, you're not. Here again, just on a regular bid, whoever, if it's best, a lot of our contracts are low bid. And so it wouldn't matter if you were certified or not. Another case would be best value, where price is considered, but it's not the determining factor. So there are many different situations. So.
Okay, thank you, Wayne, for the elaboration on the questions. This is going to be our last question, everyone. Please, if we have not got to any of your questions, if you have more questions, please reach out to us. The contact information is there on the screen, or you can contact Wayne directly. He put his contact information in there as well. So this will be the last question of the day, and then we'll close everything out. Who can help with learning how to actually bid?
That's an easy one. Not Wayne, but you have, as was previously mentioned, the SBA, the SBDCs, SCORE, the PTAX, the VBOX. They all will help you for free. Remember that.
Excellent. Okay, we appreciate everyone for joining us, and thank you all for your questions. We hope that answers your questions. Please, if you reach out, if you need any more further contact information, our contact's there. So I'm going to turn this over now back to Jen.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our presenters today. Thank you for everyone who was attending today. Congratulations on this, on your businesses, your business adventures. Good luck to you guys. Please use all of the resources that we've given you today. If you didn't get what you needed today, send us an email. We'll call you out. We will get you connected to the right people. Again, this is our survey here. Fill it out. It's also going to be dropped after the presentation. It'll pop up on your screen also, so you could do it that way too. And these are upcoming webinars. So if you want to learn more about education benefits, resources, the Calvet fee waiver, which is fantastic, employment pathway, please join us. Go to our Eventbrite page. All those are up there, so you can definitely register for those. That seems to cover it. I'm going to leave this up here so you guys can take that information down, and we're going to close it out. So thank you so much to everyone and our presenters today. We really appreciate it. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you all.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Wayne. Bye.